What is going on, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're doing good wherever you are in the world. In these crazy times we are in, I thought I'd do something today that I've been wanting to do for a while. A lot of people ask me edit questions, so I might do some more of these little tutorials, and it's just a quick one today on Instagram exports for FPV video. I'm going to show you how to do it in my go-to, which is Final Cut Pro, but I'm also going to show you how to do it in Premiere Pro because I know a lot of people use that. So this is my Instagram video that I just uploaded, and once you've edited it and you're ready to export, you go to master file. By default it's going to be set at H.264, and this is good for YouTube. And I was doing this for so long on Instagram, and I was scratching my head saying, why does this look like trash and why does everyone's look better than mine? Well, this is my formula that I've implemented, and it works and it's simple. So you hit Apple ProRes 422 HQ. Immediately you're going to see that file size jump up a lot. Like, this is a 1 minute video, it's gone up to 1.48 gig. Press save your video, and whilst it's doing that, I'm going to head over to Premiere Pro. I'm going to show you how to do exactly the same thing. Okay, so make sure your format on your export settings is set to QuickTime, otherwise you won't see this, and go to preset, and the same thing again, Apple ProRes 422 HQ, and then export that. So open the exported video in QuickTime and press export as 1080p. Make sure you change the file name to a different file name than it was originally, otherwise there'll be a conflict between the two videos. This is the exported one from QuickTime, 80 megabytes, and this is the ProRes is 1.5 gig. So look at the difference, and it's compressed it for Instagram. Okay, so if you've done them steps and you're thinking, Joe, my video looks like trash, what did you do? Followers upset. Just chill for a sec. There's one more thing, and that is frame rate. Frame rate is really important, especially for GoPro shots, especially for real steady shots. You have to make sure your project frame rate is correctly set before you start your project. So if you're working with all these shots and they're 30 frames, make sure your project file is set at 30 frames per second. You do not want it set at anything lower. So for example, if it's set at 30 frames per, if your file is at 30 frames per second, make sure your project file is not set at 25 frames per second. It's a really easy mistake to miss. You just have to make sure it's right before you start, because there is no going back once you export it. You just need to make sure it's right. If it's not right, then start a new project and copy the files in, because I'm pretty sure on Final Cut Pro you cannot change the frame rate once you've started the sequence, and I'm not sure if that's the case with Premiere Pro. I'm pretty sure it is. I don't use Premiere Pro that much. Just make sure your project file frame rate is matching the files within it. That's all you have to do. You know, it's really depressing when you've uploaded a video to Instagram, you put a lot of work into it, and it just doesn't look that good, you know? There's nothing you can do. The only thing you can do is delete it, and it's been up for a day. Why would you want to delete it? You're just gonna, there's just no point. The algorithm's not gonna be forgiving to you. I compare it to when you're on your way to the airport, you've been packing for this vacation for weeks. You put your FPV quads in, you put your toothbrush in, you put your hair dye, your toothpaste. You're going away for a long time, you're going away for a month, you saved up all this money, and you made a big mistake. You didn't weigh your bag, you didn't check your file size. You give your bag to the American Airlines clerk, they weigh your bag and it's overweight, and they charge you $100. You've got no choice, you have to pay the $100. You have to give them your bag. They're gonna load that bag onto the plane, and then that's it. Just like, then they're gonna still take your bag, just like Instagram are still gonna take your video, and they're gonna make it look like shit, and the airline's still gonna take your bag, and when that bag comes out the other end, it's probably gonna be a bit beat up. And that's exactly the same with Instagram. Your video, when it comes out the other end, when you're waiting for it to come on that conveyor belt, it's not gonna look that good. But if you weighed your bag before you left, and you took the stuff out, you wouldn't have to pay the $100, and your bag wouldn't have been thrown around because it wouldn't have been put in the overweight baggage claim. Why am I doing this to me, American Airlines? Oh, you ruined my bag and you ruined my vacation. I'm just kidding. Anyway, that is that. So get your file size right, make sure it's compressed, use QuickTime, make sure your frame rate is right, and then your Instagram video is gonna go. And that is that. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.